Hi, my name is Sarah and today I'm collaborating with Masks for the Masses and Bottles and Heels to demonstrate how to sew a washable cloth face mask at home. The instructions that I'll be using today have been adapted from an Instructables.com article, so if you need to read along, then the link is going to be at the bottom of the page. For this variation of mask, 7 main supplies are needed. You're going to need a sewing machine, thread, 1/4 inch elastic, pipe cleaner, a heavyweight cotton such as a broadcloth or canvas, a medium to heavyweight fusible interfacing, and a lightweight tightly woven cotton like a quilting cotton. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick out your pattern, which the nice thing about the Instructables.com website is they have 3 different sizes to choose from. They have a large size, a size for children, and then also just like a regular size, which is what I'll be using today. The first thing you're going to want to do is sew along the curve on both. So you're going to sew both of your pieces of hard, heavyweight cotton together at the curve. And then you're going to want to sew your 2 pieces of lightweight cotton together at the curve with the right sides facing each other. You've got the basic foundation for your mask. But now you need to put both of these 2 pieces together. And how you do that is you're going to take this side of the mask, which this is called the right side. So the right side of the fabric is the part that you see. Wrong side of the fabric is usually the part that's against your skin or the part that's hidden with a lining or, is otherwise not visible when you're wearing something. So you're going to match this side of the fabric up with this side of the fabric. Finish seam. I like to use pins because it bothers me when the seam isn't mostly aligned. But I've definitely done it because I wanted to get a couple of these out quickly and not. Okay. You're going to start sewing around the edges of the mask. I like to start it about 1.5 to 2 inches away from the center seam on either side. So you're going to start about here, sew all the way around, and then stop here, leaving about a 4-inch gap at the bottom of your mask. You see, now I have this nice little gap where I can flip the mask right side out eventually, but again, first things first, you gotta trim those seam allowances because you're gonna be sewing over them later. Seam allowances are nicely trimmed. You're gonna work this to be right side out. Voila. So now you're gonna get a chopstick or a pencil. I mean, even scissors. I don't recommend scissors just because you can easily poke through your fabric, but if that's all you have, then go for it. By all means, just be gentle. You're gonna poke out these corners and try to get them nice and sharp. Now comes, at least for me, probably the most annoying part to do is making your nose bridge. So this part of the mask is important because it allows for you to seal it against your face a little bit better than you would if you just had a regular cloth mask without it. So I've been using just regular pipe cleaner. I cut about a 4-inch length of it. And then because I was realizing that just a single layer of pipe cleaner wasn't really doing too much to secure anything, I've started just doubling it over and twisting it, which gives you a little bit more of a substantial wire to be working with. You took your 4-inch pipe cleaner or wire down to 2, and then I make a mark about 1.25 inches on either side of that center seam. So sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. I just kind of eyeball it. That's a little too far. I have this really nice little chalk marker, which is great, but I mean, you can use really anything. And then I just poke the pipe cleaner up to the top there. And I just kind of feel for where it ends. You don't want it to overlap your little chalk mark. You want it to be as close up to the top as you can because you're about to make a little casing for it. The next step is to seal your mask closed. Now, the only things left to do are make the casings for your elastic at the sides so that your mask will stay on, and then you're done. So what you're gonna do for that, I'm using 1/4-inch elastic. So you're gonna want to fold the edge in on itself a little bit over 1/4. So I tend to stick within the half. I probably usually do about 1/2 inch for this fold over, just to make sure that it's gonna give the elastic enough room. Now you have a place for your elastic to go. So what I've started doing, because elastic eventually, after you wash it enough times, if it's not finished properly, it will ravel. And you should be washing your mask, if you can, every time you wear it before wearing it again. That's why, it's suggested to have more than one mask so that you're not constantly doing laundry. But in an effort to keep the mask going as long as it can without the elastic raveling or becoming compromised, I have started just getting a lighter and burning the ends, because since elastic is plastic, it just melts. And that way you don't have to worry about, it coming undone or fraying in the wash. Got your very own homemade mask. So I hope that this tutorial was somewhat helpful. As I said previously, written instructions, a link to them will be on the blog, if you just want to scroll down and look. And yeah, happy sewing, everybody. Stay safe.